Hey everybody, David Hood here. So today I want to answer some questions on the Bob's CNC E4 that I've pretty much heavily modified and kind of go through what my issues were with it and why I thought it was just terrible and all that stuff. Basically, um, what it was an oversight of tightening down a set screw on the pulleys on the XY axis. And so anyway, first I want to go over how I use the software on here. And so let's get focused on the screen here. See if I can rest this camera here so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing, and I can't see what I'm doing. So first of all, let's go into F engrave. Click on that, and then for some reason I got to go down here because it's open source. I click on that. All right. So I want to go to File, and I'm going to open up a DXF bitmap. Okay, and I kind of like this one here. Well, I've had a lot of people want to buy that one from me. That one needs some work. Let's open up a different one. Let's just open up this one because I know it works. There it is. Okay, so we have that there, and now what we want to do is go down through here, top to bottom. Image height 3.5. So basically, you want to this engraving would be 3.5 inches tall, and image width 100%. So you can look down here. You got width times height. See that right down here. Let me close this out of the way here. Can I get that like that? All right, so the bounding box width times height equals 4.98, so that's almost 5 inches wide and by 3.5 inches tall. Okay, so you would basically measure your piece of wood and see how to fit it on there. Now let's go down through here. You can change it, the height to be set as a percentage. Then you've got your line thickness, and my mouse is not wanting to work properly today. All right, I never mess with this set height as percentage right here. You got line thickness. I'm sure you could change that, and that's probably, it may make it cut a little bit deeper. I'm not sure, depending on your bit width that you've got set in your tool settings. Image width percentage. Okay, we've already went over that. That's it just scales it. When you change your height, it'll automatically change the width to keep it in scale. And you can actually stretch it out by, moving that up to say 150% or 200%. Image angle, you can actually set your image on an angle. So you can go like 45, recalculate. Let's see what that does. See, it would put it on a 45-degree angle if that's what you wanted. So let's 0.0, and let's recalculate, get that thing set back straight. All right, origin default. Now this one here, what I prefer to do is I come down here and I click mid center. All right, so what that does is whenever you place your board on your table, you need to find the center of your board. All right, and that will, when you get your bit to the center point of your board, Basically, you can find the center by drawing a line across your board with a pencil diagonally both ways, making an X. And where those two lines intersect, that is your center. Okay, so that's the easiest way for me to figure that out and get my picture centered on my board. That works great for stuff like this. You can also do like top left, top center. I usually might use something like that for if I'm like putting words or something like down here. So anyway, normally I just make sure I click mid center. And so that's in the middle and in the center is what it's, I guess, saying. You can flip the image, you can mirror the image. Feed rate, 5.0 inches per minute is excessively slow. I cannot remember what I had been using. I've been out on the road for 2 months. I haven't messed with this machine for literally 2 months. I haven't been home, so my wife's been running this thing and my kids been running it and everything. So let's see. Let's do 20 inches per minute. And Z-safe is 1/4 inch. I like to actually take that down to 0.125. That's 1/8 of an inch. And that's what this little cool thing over here is. Like you can look at your... Wish that stuff wouldn't pop up in my way, and I don't know what... I moved this out of my way and it got larger. 0.125. See, this is my fraction to decimal conversion chart that's on my home screen here. So I'm able to just quickly look at that if I ever, need to know, if I, especially when I'm scaling things, that usually comes in pretty handy in this part right here. So I can kind of just scoot this over, and see what I need to do there. All right, engraved depth, I don't normally mess with that. Usually if I want it to engrave a little deeper, I will just, when I set my 0 on the machine, I'll set that a little deeper. And you can either do engrave or V-carve. So let's do V-carve. And now we're going to calculate V-carve, and it's going to run through, plot the toolpath. You'll see the blue line kind of go around the picture there. That's how the toolpath will run. And I guess I really need to find a piece of wood that I can carve this on so I can carve it for you guys and just go through the whole process together. Hope this video doesn't get too awful long. I'm actually recording in 4K on my new GoPro Hero 7 Silver. And I tell you what, it's kind of funny because I'm watching the screen on my Galaxy S9 Plus, which probably shoots just as good, if not better, video. I don't know. We're gonna see. It looks terrible on the screen. For 4K, it doesn't look like 4K, but I got this because I wanted to shoot some video in 4K and maybe get some shots in 4K, and kind of let you guys see some carving in 4K. So I'm sorry if my hand isn't very steady. I'm sitting here trying to hold this still, and no, I didn't have any coffee this morning either. Lucky for you. If I'd had coffee, this camera, you probably wouldn't be able to see squat. It'd be just really shaking around. I got this interesting little T tripod thing that's holding my phone and my GoPro all at the same time. And I thought that would come in handy because I could actually flip my phone around to where when the camera's facing at me, I can actually see myself, which I could do that. I just have to pause the video and flip my phone around and everything. All right, so it looks like it is done. All right, so Then we need to go to File, and we're going to save this G code. And let's change the name of it. Let's do cabin 3.5. Oh, that was a comma. That just means 3.5 inches tall. And let's do by 5 wide. And save that. And there it popped up on my desktop. All right, so we can minimize this. And let's open up Universal G-Code Sender. Yeah. All right, you thing, quit being a pain in my butt. Open up already. All right, finally got it open. All right, so what I want to do here, first off, I'm going to turn the machine on, turn on I got my switches here, and there's my router control. So I turn that on, and the only thing plugged into that is the router. This right here is plugged into it, and the Arduino inside there is plugged into that. So I turn that on, let it warm up. I don't know that it needs to warm up, but that's what we're doing anyway. All right, let's go to File, and let's find, there it is, cabin 3.5 by 5 wide, blah, blah, blah. All right, so while that is sitting right there at center, I forgot. We need to come over here and right, where is that? Reset 0, right up. See, can you guys see that right there? Upper left-hand corner. Click on Reset 0, all right? And so now we can actually raise this up so we can change the bit. I'll just click on the Z positive and hold it down, let off of it, and it stops. Okay, let's come over here, and basically what I did was I took a magnet that I've had like forever, and I don't even know what that magnet went to, but it is like super duper strong. It seemed like it came off of a brake or something for like a go-kart or something, but basically that's what I did. I screwed that in right there, and it holds my wrenches up there out of the way. All right, so let's get this camera set up here so you guys can watch me change a bit. Hope that's not too terrible right there. I need to grab a bit, I guess. There's the package of these bits. Some of these are actually already used, but what I really like about these bits is if you have a diamond stone sharpener, plate, whatever you want to call it, you can actually take these and resharpen them. Yeah, the gold stuff will wear off if you do that. Of course it will. And I think that's like kind of the issue with this one here. I think I've probably sharpened it before. Excuse me, before. So let's go ahead and get this changed out real quick. That's not too bad. I mean, it is a little burnt, but I can actually clean that up and basically put the flat of it on the sharpener with some water and rub that back and forth, and it'll sharpen back up. So what I do is I just put the little piece of plastic back on there, and I put it over here to the left. There's like 3 of those that's actually been used already, and then just put these over there, and then there's a space in between them. Alright, and now put this bit back in there. Now I am going to have to reset my 0, but I'll be really close when I tell it to go to 0. Make sure it's good and tightened in there. Put my wrenches back where they go. Alright, so now I'll go ahead and hit return 0. That's up in the upper left hand corner. Hit return to 0, and it should be really close. Hopefully it doesn't actually dive into it and stab. Alright, you can see how much further I put that bit up in there. Alright, so now all I need to do is just go Z down, or Z negative, I think it is. Yeah, Z negative. Right about there where we're barely stuck into the wood, it looks like. And then up in the upper left hand corner of the screen, I'm going to click on reset 0 again. Then I can see my digital readout has actually reset. And now I want to turn the machine on. And usually what happens here is I end up having to rehome the machine because an alarm will go off when I start it up sometimes. And I think that's just an electrical signal that comes through the cord of that goes to the router. And basically that just like sets off the limit switch. It's such a sensitive electronic system that it picks that up, the static electricity or whatever, and it sets it off sometimes. So let's turn this on. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Let's just go ahead and home the machine. So the difference here is the 60-degree bit, or the, I think this is a 90-degree bit. I could be wrong. But here is the original one that I did. Now, this is not my design. I just got this off the internet. I don't know who the original designer is of this scene. But anyway, I'm not trying to take credit for this design, okay? I just got it off the internet. And so this one here was the 60-degree V-carve bit, you know, the big, like, the wide angle one. That was this one. And this one here, is, of course, is the sharp one. Let's get a little bit of that sawdust out of there. Now this brush here I just got from Walmart. It's actually what you use with like your chalk paints and stuff for distressing, and it's actually a good brush. The other one was a makeup brush I was using. It's just not stiff enough bristle to really kind of get down in there and clean out the crevices. Alright, so there it is. Look at that. Feast your eyes on that. I think that's a pretty cool little scene there. And this one here really seems to have turned out like really good. And this one, the original the first one I did, this one here, of course it's got the black paint down in it, but this one here, I mean, I really don't think I really need to put any black paint in it. I think that right there could be sold as a finished product just as it is. And I kind of like how I probably should have moved that over a little bit, because I like to use the knot in the cedar to look kind of like the sun, and that still kind of looks like the sun setting, you know, behind the building. And this one here, I kind of used this scratching here from sanding to like gather some paint in it. I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of looks like smoke coming out of the chimney and just kind of hovering above the trees there. And so that's kind of what the thought that I put into that one when I was making this one. And so that's why I didn't want to get rid of that one. And usually with these cedar pieces, we'll try to get a knot somewhere up top in the board to where we can make a seam like this. And maybe I could have moved this over a little bit, and then I probably could have put a little saying right here, like you know, it's nothing like no place like home, or whatever like that, you know, just kind of a, I don't know. You can, anyway, they make nice housewarming gifts and stuff, decoration to hang on the wall and everything. And, you know, I think that one really turned out good. I like these new bits that we've got. And so anyway, if you guys want to buy this carving, I'll actually sell this one. And I'll have to let my wife decide on what the price is. I think these are $25 plus shipping. I don't know, I may be wrong on that, but go check out Hood's Custom Woodworking on the Facebook. And of course this will have a T-slot that we put in the back. That one looks terrible. I don't want to show that one, but anyway, there'll be a keyhole in the center on this right here. And basically I can show you guys how we do that too. I probably can't actually like cut that, but I can show you how we do it. That's over here on the router. Move all my polishing stuff for the lathe out of the way here. So this thing hasn't been used in a while, it looks like. Whew, that was dusty. I need to clean off the camera lens real quick. That's terrible. Sitting here watching that all this time. Alright, so that bit right there is it's a keyhole slot bit. And basically what I would do is, again, you know, find center of this, and I would clamp a stop over here to where that would be centered up. Then I would hold it up like this, and with a board clamped down over here. Sorry, that dust is choking me up, but I'd hold it up like that with the machine on, and then drop it down on there, and then you don't put your hand in there. But anyway, with two hands, you're able to scoot this back. One hand over here, one over here. You would scoot this back about 1/8 of an inch, and then back up. And while holding that with your left hand, you turn off the machine, wait for it to stop, and then you can pick it up off there, and you'll have a... Yeah. All right, so there's one way you can order from us, is with that phone number there. Or you guys can go to our Facebook, to Hood's Custom Woodworking. That's our channel on Facebook. We don't yet have a website set up. I'm trying to get my wife to set one up. I can't really do it because I don't have time to sit around while I'm working and mess with orders and stuff off of some website. We were looking at possibly using Squarespace, and well, we haven't done it yet. I don't know that they're the best option. They seem pretty expensive, and it's not like we make a whole lot of money selling little projects like this. So I think over the Christmas holiday, we maybe done like $250 in business, and none of that actually came from the internet. None of it. Pretty much all of that was from local people, you know, from our website on Facebook, and some of her friends. Actually, one of her friends' mom actually ordered a bunch of plaques and stuff from us. And like, here's actually one right here that was kind of a, this wasn't the finished product. Basically, it was a kind of a memorial for someone's granddad, I believe it was, that had passed away. And so that was like one of them. We actually sold that one at a discount. Let's see. I really can't remember what all she did. She didn't tell me everything she sold, but I had one laying around here that she didn't sell yet. No, here it is. There's the U.S. Navy. I've seen this laying around, and so yeah, there's one that she did. But yeah, so my review on the Bob CNC E4. It is a great machine. I really wish that I could afford VCarve Pro, because I seen on a YouTube channel somewhere where VCarve Pro had like a little widget in there for making boxes, like the finger grooves, you know, the box joints. And that would save me a lot of time from having to set it up over here on the router. If I could just put like a sheet of plywood in there, or a piece of cedar or whatever, and make my boxes that way. Because I would like to make boxes and do some carving and stuff. And the other thing is I want to do is more of the like 2.5D carvings. And basically, like this part of a cabinet door, I want to be, that's why I bought this big of a machine. It was for, you know, I thought, well, maybe I can use it kind of as a router sled, but, um, you know, that wasn't the main reason. The main reason was this was big enough that I could make cabinet door uh, insets, or whatever you call this, the panel that goes inside of a cabinet door. I wanted to be able to carve like a scene in that, and that's kind of how we found the cabin scene. I want to be able to carve scenes like that, but I want it to be more 3D, um, or what they call 2.5D, and maybe like some, you know, elk and deer and stuff like that, and mountain scenes and stuff like that is what I want to create. So you can do a kitchen and that sort of decor, and so that's why I bought this machine, because we actually have a local cabinet shop. They don't have this capability, and if I can provide that service to them, that would make a great business for me. But I think I'm going to probably have to change out this spindle to like a water cooled spindle. I've got to research that. I haven't researched it really. I've seen some guys that have those, and this thing is really loud. I see that it's putting off a lot of dust from the brushes inside of it, and I'm pretty sure those are going to wear out really quick. And I'm going to be going through these routers like crazy. And I don't think the water cooled spindles do that, and I think they don't use quite as much electricity or as noisy. So I may go that route, and I need to probably get the V-Carve Pro. And Bob, if you're watching this, I'd appreciate it if you could get me a discount. I seen you guys are giving discounts to new customers buying these machines, and if only I'd held out a couple more weeks, you know. I just can't pay the $700 and something for V-Carve Pro right now. That's just that's pretty insane price for a program, I think. But you know, it could give me business, you know, to where I can actually make some money with this. Really, I'm hoping that one day I can get this wood shop up off the ground and really get rolling with it, so I can quit the trucking thing and be able to spend more time with my family and do a little more YouTube, because I literally was gone away from home for 2 months straight. And finally I decided just to come home. I was trying to get caught up on bills, and it seemed like I wasn't getting anywhere, so I just came home and getting ready to head back out. So probably be gone for another 2 months. You guys may not hear from me for another 2 months, or well, actually I'll be back home in a month, a little less than a month now, for a family get together, and that's only like 4 days, long little time off, which is actually 2 days off, because I'll spend a day driving home and a day driving back. So anyway, nice talking to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this extremely long video. And I know some people tell me I need to explain what I'm doing a little more, blah, 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 whatever. So there you go. I explained it, and I probably won't get a whole lot of views. Probably won't get a whole lot of subscribers from this video, but it was fun making it. So you guys have a nice rest of your day, and we'll catch you on the next one.